Darkness descends over the desolate forests of Florida, where the whispers of insects blend with the eerie howling of the wind through the dense canopy. But beneath the earth, hidden beneath Florida's fragile limestone crust, lies another world, a deadly labyrinth shrouded in mystery, untouched by light. Eagle's Nest, a name that sounds like a paradise for daring divers, yet it is nothing less than a gateway to hell on Earth. This is no ordinary water-filled cavern, but a vast, submerged cave system, deep, dark, and frigid, where many unfortunate souls have vanished forever. Figures disappear into the pitch-black waters, never to resurface. Unseen whispers echo through the void. Corpses, lost to the merciless currents, lie entombed in the depths, an inescapable nightmare. Some divers claim to have seen shadowy figures drifting in the water, felt unseen hands clutching at them as they lost their way in the murky abyss. Cameras sent down into the depths have returned with nothing but gasping breaths, fragmented whispers, then silence. Those who make it back alive carry a haunted look in their eyes, as if they've seen something no human should ever witness. Are these merely accidents born of human error, or is something lurking in the depths claiming lost souls for itself? Join us as we uncover the horrifying tragedies of the Eagle's Nest Sinkhole and the chilling reason why it is known as Hell Beneath Florida. If you love mysterious and chilling stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the darkest secrets lurking beneath the surface. Florida does not tolerate the lazy. This phrase may sound familiar, but if someone has never heard of the Egonet Sinkhole, they might not fully grasp its meaning. Hidden beneath a small, unassuming lake in the heart of Florida's wilderness, Egonet conceals a vast, treacherous underwater cave system stretching over 1,600 meters in length and plunging hundreds of meters deep. It is one of the most perilous cave diving sites in the world, where even the most experienced divers can lose their lives in an instant. For years, Egonet has been both a sanctuary for exploration enthusiasts and a merciless abyss that has swallowed the lives of many seasoned divers. The first recorded tragedy occurred in December 1981. Terry, a 29-year-old woman, ventured into the caves with her husband, Larari, and 3 other divers. Their goal was to reach the dome room and return. The dive began smoothly, and the group ventured deeper into the labyrinthine passages, exhilarated by the thrill of exploration. However, on the way back, the group split into 2. 3 divers swam ahead, while Terry and Larari followed behind. As they approached the narrow passage connecting the guardian chamber to the Randy room, Larari suggested that Terry hold on to his leg to navigate the tight space more easily. But just as they exited the corridor, he felt her grip loosen. Turning back, he found Terry unconscious, her regulator floating beside her. Panicked, he quickly placed it back in her mouth, but she did not respond. With no other option, Larari rushed to the surface without performing any decompression stops, desperate to seek help. Luckily, he encountered Jim Benzie, a professional rescue diver and instructor. Without hesitation, Jim suited up and descended in search of Terry, but Jim never returned. 2 hours later, the rescue team found Jim's lifeless body at a depth of 76 meters. Terry's body was discovered near the exit of the guardian chamber. The autopsy concluded that both had succumbed to nitrogen narcosis, a silent yet horrifying death under immense water pressure. This marked the first fatal accident in Egonet's grim history. Nearly a decade later, in August 1990, tragedy struck again. Bren, a 29-year-old open-water diving instructor with no cave diving experience, ignored all warnings and joined a group of friends to explore Egonet. He concealed the fact that he had suffered a blackout due to nitrogen or oxygen toxicity during a previous ocean dive. Believing that a dive is just a dive, Bren disregarded all precautions. While his friends continued deeper into the cave, Bren stayed behind in the Grand Hall to experience the solitude. Half an hour later, his friends returned to find his lifeless body. His regulator was floating beside him, his motionless body resting on the sandy floor. The cause of death was determined to be nitrogen narcosis, leading to unconsciousness and eventual drowning. Bren's death prompted local authorities to temporarily close Eganet. However, the diving community fiercely opposed the decision, arguing that human error, not the cave, was to blame. After much debate, Eganet reopened in 2003, yet the tragedies continued. In 2004, John and Simon, two veteran divers, decided to dive into Eganet despite Simon's wife's concerns about John's reckless nature. Initially, everything went well, but on their way back, they encountered a critical moment at a fork in the cave. Simon followed the main path, while John, against all training, took a different route, disturbing the silt on the cave floor. Disoriented in the sudden zero visibility, John panicked, ran out of air, and suffocated. Simon, realizing his friend was missing, turned back to search for him, but became entangled in a guide rope near the grand room. He, too, perished shortly after. Simon's wife's warnings had tragically come true. In November 2009, John Quokdo and Snowden, two expert divers equipped with advanced closed-circuit rebreathers and backup tanks, entered Eganet. They successfully reached the dome room, but on their return, James encountered an equipment malfunction in the Guardian chamber. Snowden swam to assist him, but James, in a state of panic, violently pushed him away and ripped off his own breathing apparatus. Within seconds, he was dead. Terrified, Snowden rushed to the surface without decompressing and alerted the rescue team. Investigations suggested James's equipment failure was likely due to CO2 or oxygen toxicity. However, nothing compared to the horror of Christmas 2013. Dredden, an experienced diver, took his 15-year-old son Dylan, who had no training or certification, into Eganet to test a new diving rig. They descended to 71 meters, mesmerized by the breathtaking cave formations, but failed to monitor their air supply. By the time they realized their tanks were nearly empty, it was too late. The more they panicked, the faster their air depleted. Dylan's tank emptied first, forcing him to share his father's air supply. But it wasn't enough. He tried to hold his breath and swim toward the decompression stop, but he drowned just 2 meters away from it. Dredden also perished, his body later found on the sandy bottom of the cave. In October 2016, experienced divers Patrick and Chris attempted to navigate Eganet's infamous 27-meter-long narrow passage. Their first attempt failed due to poor visibility. On the second attempt, Chris made it through, but Patrick did not. As Chris turned back, he suddenly removed his dive light, discarded his breathing apparatus, and let go of his tank. Patrick tried to help, but within minutes, both were dead. Chris's equipment was later inspected. Nothing was faulty, and he had sufficient air. The cause of their deaths remains an unsolved mystery. Just 3 months later, in January 2017, Jack, a 55-year-old diver with 3 inexperienced friends, decided to test their limits at Eganet. They planned only to reach the infamous death warning sign and return. But at 33 meters, Jack suddenly blacked out. His companions dragged him to the surface, but it was too late. The autopsy revealed he had died from a heart condition, possibly triggered by sheer terror in the vast, dark expanse of the cave. 1 year later, on January 20th, 2018, Eganet claimed another life, Devin, a 53-year-old man who, despite his enthusiasm, had never dived deeper than 20 meters. Determined to avoid past mistakes, he planned to stay at 21 meters and never pass the death warning sign, which ominously read, "Stop. Don't let death be your next journey." But fate was cruel. Upon reaching the ballroom chamber, Devin was overwhelmed by the cavern's vast darkness. His heart failed under the pressure, and he collapsed instantly, dying in silent oblivion. Then came the reckless tragedy of July 18, 2018. Shazai, a 20-year-old free diver, and his friends, none of whom had any cave diving experience, arrived at Eganet for an illegal night dive. Determined to push his limits, Shazai aimed for 24 meters, coincidentally the entrance to the infamous smokestack tunnel, a place that had claimed even the most skilled divers. He took a deep breath, descended, and disappeared into the darkness. 10 minutes passed. He never returned. Panicked, his friends called for rescue. Hours later, Shazai's lifeless body was found atop a rock formation at the cave's bottom, just beside the death warning sign. Authorities concluded that, without a dive light and lost in the pitch-black night, he had become disoriented, unable to find his way out before his breath ran out. After Shazai's death, Eganet's management installed an additional death warning sign at the cave entrance. The message seemed to work. Since then, no further fatalities have been recorded. The final death toll stands at 13, a chilling number representing 8% of all cave diving deaths in the U.S. Statistically, for every 11 cave diving deaths in the country, one occurs at Egonet. Egonet remains one of the deadliest underwater caves on Earth. And so the mysteries of Eagle's Nest remain. A place where the brave dive deep, but not all return. The chilling whispers, the vanished souls, and the eerie shadows lurking beneath the surface continue to haunt those who dare to explore its depths. Is it just the treacherous nature of the caves, or is something far more sinister claiming its victims? One thing is certain: the waters of Eagle's Nest hold secrets that may never be uncovered. If you love spine-chilling mysteries and terrifying true stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the darkest secrets lurking beneath the surface. Stay curious, but beware what lies in the deep.